Hi, I'm Sonia Joins, and on behalf of the Allegheny Historical Genealogical Society, I'd like to welcome you to this episode of Allegheny Memories. The idea of Allegheny Memories is to create an archive of interviews with older folks in our area. There are no scripts. The people we feature are able to choose their interviewer and the location of the interview so that they are comfortable and able to tell their stories in their own words. If you'd like to participate or you know someone with Allegheny Memories, contact information for the Society will be posted after the program. Welcome to Allegheny Memories. Today we're featuring 25 years of the annual Hillbilly comedy and variety show. It's a fundraiser produced by and to benefit the Allegheny Planning Committee. This year's event will be held on Saturday, October 19th at 7 o'clock at the Allegheny Community Auditorium in Sparta, North Carolina. The Allegheny Planning Committee is the local arm of the Blue Ridge Opportunity Commission, and they use the money to help folks right here in Allegheny County. On today's episode, several members of the Planning Committee shared their memories of the fun that they've had producing this labor of love that we know as the Hillbilly Show. We hope that you enjoy the show.
Hi out there, this is Agnes Jones and we're here for the Allegheny Planning Committee. And we are a arm of the Blue Ridge Opportunity Commission, which we help a lot of people here in Allegheny County. And we are doing the Hillbilly Show. And we have been doing this for 25 years. So we've got part of our committee with us today from the cast that we have in the Hillbilly Show. Also, this is the committee on the Planning Committee. So they can introduce themselves.
Yes, I'm Gary Polier,
I'm Bobby Polier.
and we're back from the 50s.
And I'm Agnes Jones, and I have played as a blues brother.
Well, I'm Helen Krause, and I'm Betsy Ross.
And I am Jean Osborne, alias Charlene from Mayberry, RFD. Now, Agnes was telling about the 25 years, or maybe that she has been directing the Hillbilly Show, or the comedy show. It has accumulated various names throughout Agnes's tenure, but my father, in going through some of his memoirs, who was Homer Reeves, I found some of the programs that started back in 1983, and that was the fourth Hillbilly Show that they had staged. And of course, back then, it was never as extensive and as much work actually goes into it as Agnes has always put into it. They more or less each year just the same cast, did just a what would be referred to as a normal hee-haw show. My father had a string band called the New River Trio, and so he was most famous, I guess, with he and Norma Douglas doing the Cabbage Head song. That was one of their favorite songs and a favorite with the audience.
Was it always for the planning committee
Always.
to raise money
It
for?
was always from the very first show. It was to make funds available, create funds for the purposes of the planning committee, which
No,
is,
what do you all do with the money that you raise?
well, let me refer that to Agnes. She is the chairman, and so we work. She tells us what to do, and we work.
And they're good workers. I'm also on Blue Ridge Opportunity Commission on that board, and that's what we do this for, to help raise money for poverty here in Allegheny County. That's what Blue Ridge Opportunity is. We're 3 counties, Wilkes, Ashe, and Allegheny, and this is our biggest fundraiser for the planning committee. And as of last year and the following year, when we had the Hillbilly show, there was almost a capacity. And
Which is
this-
how many? That's like almost
that's
1,000
almost
people,
900
right?
That was 925, I think, is what the capacity is for the auditorium. So we were almost at the capacity, and this year, since it's going to be the 25th year, we are really thinking that it's going to be completely full. And the fire marshal will not let us have over that at one time in there. And so we are sure that it will be completely full because we've got some great acts coming up. We have cloggers from here in Allegheny County that are just terrific. You just wouldn't believe how good they are. And Bobby and Gary, now they're always doing something great, so I'm gonna let them tell you a few things they do.
Go for it.
Well, we started with a show, I don't know, what, about 12, 15 years ago, I guess. And, cause somebody always said, once you start, you're hooked for life.
Amen.
And, I reckon that's about the way it is, but each time we try to do something a little different, on our own way. I know we're not professionals, nothing, but over the years, we've done a lot of different things. Each year, we try to do something different.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then the sun came up and he was caught in the draft. He's in the army now, I'm blowing reveille. He's a boogie woogie beautiful boy, confident me. They made him blow me before.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ring in a bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go.
Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz.
And we also try to do all the backgrounds and the scenes on the stage and all. We do all that, and it's all made by hand and by art. And we always do that. I always drag Bobby along some things she likes, some things she don't.
Well, I like most of what you did. I guess my favorite one was, I liked Little Red Riding Hood. I could really be sexy in that.
Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girls should go walking in these spooky old woods alone.
Was there a problem with the costumes in that whenever you were stuck out there on stage? No, that was Beauty and the Beast.
That was Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
The last one that we did, it was his costume, not mine.
And you were stuck on stage.
And then I couldn't get up out of the chair. It was so low. I couldn't get up. And then finally, I think Jason came and got me up, and he came out. But it was his mistake on the. Why didn't you come out here? I'd have danced with you.
Well, I tell you right now, it looked like a geriatric dance out here. And, you know, I tried.
I put it on wrong. And the way it goes on, it should just pop right off and you'd be in the other outfit. And it shouldn't take but just no time. Well, I'd put this woolly vest on the inside, so I had to take the coat off to get the vest off and couldn't get the coat back on. Where the vest should have been on the outside, we just pull it off and throw it down. And it took me forever, but we've done that twice.
Yeah.
The first time we done it,
It was perfect.
yeah, it worked out real great.
Yeah, it was great.
But on the Little Red Riding Hood, she did forget her basket.
Why do you have to tell that every time? Well, probably Helen was hollering, it's your time, come on, come on, come on. And I was downstairs in the auditorium, and I left my basket. And just as soon as I walked out on stage, I left my basket. That made everything all wrong. I wanted my basket.
Well, we got
But local folks do all of it, right? All the stage,
Everything.
the stage manager and all that stuff. And TJ did it for years, you
Yeah.
said. And
Yeah.
do you feel like you got better as time went on?
I don't know about that.
Well,
Absolutely.
I
They get
do.
better every year.
I think everybody gets better every year. I really do.
Dottie Dorset and myself, we try to keep everybody, when one act goes on the stage, we try to have the other one up ready to go right on when they finish, so we can go ahead and get it through and people not get bored with it and everything.
I don't think anybody ever gets bored. But I mean, a 3-hour production and sometimes more than that, that's got to be a big job.
It is a big job.
We
Well,
really
and
have a
two,
good-
you find out when once people get up on the stage and you tell them that they've got 8 minutes, 10 minutes, then they are enjoying themselves so much that before we know it, they're on there 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And that's what sometimes strings it out to, 3 hours long. I sit back at the door, and I'm the ticket master, I guess. And I sit back there and I'll tell you, there's not very many that walks out of that auditorium after 2 or 2.5 hours. They're there to the very, very end.
Yeah.
And I would like to go back and add one little thing to Agnes' explanation of what we actually do. And we want it to be absolutely clear that every dime that is raised in Allegheny County stays in Allegheny County. It doesn't go to Wilkes, it doesn't go to Ash. It is for our people only. And also, I'm a big advocate for, we can't do all that much towards a scholarship, but I like to help a graduating senior with college expenses. I think that is getting somebody into college. I think that is the beginning to the end of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
If you educate your people and send them on for further education, to me that puts an end to the decline in poverty.
Well, how does this work then? Do other agencies refer people to you, or do they just come directly to your office here at the Business Development Center? How do people
Other
come
agencies send people to us. If they have run out of money, then we all work together. There's 3 of us at least in Allegheny County, and we never, ever give a client money. If they need help, we go wherever they need the help and pay it ourselves.
So like
And,
heat and oil or something like that, or food, or?
Electrical, water, medication, and I think I'm correct in saying that we can only help one person in a given year. Is that right? In other words,
family,
they can't come in
yes, a
and apply
family.
duplicate times.
Yes.
So it's,
Well, how mu-
And then we have guidelines, and they have to come in and show us if they are in poverty, and prove it before that we can write a check and take it wherever they need it. Blue Ridge Electric is one of our biggest, where we help more than any place. And when it is cold weather and our secretary calls and says a family came in and they really need money because they're going to cut their electric off, then we get in touch with Blue Ridge Electric and be sure that everything is in order. And then Bobby is our secretary and treasurer, and she takes the money over to Blue Ridge Electric, and that way, then they get to have their electric maybe that night where they would probably have been freezing in the night or day.
Well, how much money does the Hillbilly Show raise every year?
In the 25 years I've tried really to count it up, back when we first started, it wasn't that much because we didn't charge very much. Okay, as of right now, about 150,000 is what we have raised since in 25 years. And we think that is really great. And it's helped a lot of families, and they will come and write us letters. tell
Well,
us
even
how much
now,
they
it's
appreciate-
not, you don't charge that much for a show now.
No, we don't charge that much.
What's your mission right now?
The tickets before the show are $8 for adults, $10 at the door. Well, let's see how
It was
it's,
$3.
It was $3 for the children.
yeah,
Yeah,
12 and
under.
Advance or after.
under, I mean.
12 and under, yeah.
So, and they get a real show. I had a guy from California that was there, And he said, let me tell you, this is as good a show as I've seen anywhere. And it's all local. Everything is local.
How far away are there people that come? What's the
They
furthest?
have come even from overseas, but now there's a lot of people that make this their vacation. And from New Jersey, even from the state of New York and California. They've been here from most of the
They've been here
states.
for a lot of the states, yeah.
I had someone contact me about a month ago, and they'll be in here, and they're from up north, and they'll be in here during the month of July for a family reunion. And they contacted me and said, is there any way that you can have us tickets available for your Hillbilly show? Said we will be coming back for the show. So, I mean, it's widespread. It's widespread, so.
But everyone just pitches in. I counted last year how many that we had, and it was around 100 people that helped.
Is it hard to get around backstage whenever y'all are
Yeah,
doing
it's
this?
just a madhouse back
And
there.
it's a madhouse back
Yeah,
there.
it's a madhouse back there.
Especially if you can't get out of your costume.
Well,
Everybody likes to get back there and practice a little bit
yeah.
before they start going on and everything. But it works out good. I mean, most of the time we can keep it going.
I have heard of a land on a faraway strand. 'Tis a beautiful home of the soul, built by Jesus on high. There we never shall die. 'Tis a land where we'll never grow old, never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old, never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. When our work here is done and our life's crown is won, and our troubles and trials are o'er, all our sorrow will end, and our voices will blend with the loved ones who've gone on before. Never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old, never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old, never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old, never grow old, we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old.
If you came to a rehearsal night, the night before the show, you would think that there was no way that 50 people could put that show together, and it turned out to be what it is on the stage night.
Are you a widow woman?
Yeah, I'm a widow woman.
Yeah.
3 times. 3 times I've been a widow woman.
3 times?
That's right.
What happened to your first husband?
Oh, that was, let's see, that's been a long time ago. That was Gary. Well, he died from eating potato salad.
Well, a poor feller. That's awful.
Well,
And what happened to your second husband?
well, that was Will. He died from eating potato salad.
Oh, he died from eating potato salad?
Yeah.
I'm beginning to get the picture of this. Yeah. I suppose that your third husband died from eating potato salad.
Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't. He died from a skull fracture.
A skull fracture?
Skull
The poor
fracture.
feller. How did that happen?
Well, he wouldn't eat the potato salad.
We don't rehearse like for a week or 2 weeks or a month.
No.
It's one night.
Half of the people don't even show up for
Right.
rehearsal.
Give them a big thumbs up and make them welcome, Lisa Krause and Bill Hill. All right, doing a fantastic job.
But Helen and Dottie, they have them writing, they toe the line.
I don't see how it's even possible if you're not. I
It's-
didn't realize that.
And you wonder how that you get this many people to come out and help you. But in Allegheny County, there are very giving people, and they come out to help us. And we are very thankful for that. I was talking about what you all did. Well, I'm a Jubilee dancer, and we have Jubilee dancers on sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I did that was very stupid, but anyway, it was fun. They were all up there dancing, and you're supposed to stay in a straight line. Well, I was just loving it so much. You know what they did? They went that way, where y'all know they wasn't supposed to because I was over here. I was going this way. But that, I'm telling you, it didn't embarrass me because I just went to the microphone and said I was supposed to do that. So, but that was funny. The girl that was dancing beside of me, I thought she was going to get the floor and roll because it tickled her to death because I made that big mistake.
Well, have you had many big problems like that over the years, or have people messed up?
But people don't know you're really messing up.
I mean,
That's what's
to me,
funny.
it looks like it's a professional job.
There's a lot of mess up.
Have you?
We do a lot of mess ups,
Well,
but
just
people don't know
like
it.
this time, and the one that we did with Beauty and the Beast. Well, after he didn't ever come back out, I just pulled up my dress tail and did like this, like I started bawling, and looked out, and Agnes was just cracking up. I think everybody thought it was part of the show.
They really did. Even I thought it was part of the
And I
show.
mean, she was just dying laughing, and I was acting like I was crying.
Well, Agnes, when you goofed up there, didn't you come back on stage and says I was supposed to do that?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. But we really have some good acts, and we are trying to keep our traditional music alive too. So we have a lot of our traditional music.
Gap Civil Old Time Band. Give them a big round of applause.
Don't you remember, don't you know, Daddy worked a man called Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I'd have been married a long time ago if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Corn chop fiddle and a shoestring bow, hey, real tune from Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Mama's at the window, Mama's at the door, she can't see nothing but Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Daddy won't say, but I think he knows whatever happened to Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah.
And during the 25 years, we have lost so many of our great actors and musicians. And this year, we're going to be talking about Lynn Worth. And Dr. Kahn will be doing that. So we really miss everybody. And I even lost my husband 3 years ago this June. And we miss every one of them. Every single one of them was worth $1 million to us.
Thank you. We're going to do a couple of tribute numbers. We used to go by and play a little bit of music for Ernest, with Ernest, when he wasn't able to get out. And one of his favorite songs that he liked to play, get his mandolin out and play along with us, was Ashokan Farewell. And he kept on to David until David learned how to play it on the guitar and did a real good job. So we'll do Ashokan Farewell in memory of Ernest and remember his beautiful mandolin tones on this one.
that's beautiful. Give them a big hand.
Well, it's a real sense of community. I mean, the whole group, when somebody isn't around anymore, it does leave a hole behind. So.
Yeah.
Kermit Pruitt also, lost Kermit.
We miss Kermit.
He was a big part of the show every year with his George Jones. And
The old man took my money as he stared at my Corvette. He said I had one just like her son in 1963. Held a man down at the bank took her from me. Oh, she was the fastest thing around. Long and lean every young man's dream. She turned every head in town.
Kermit was a mainstay here on the Hillbilly Show, and his number one thing was he loved to do George Jones, and people loved to see him do George Jones. We're not going to act anything out. We just want you to listen to the song and remember Kermit Pruitt doing what Kermit Pruitt loved to do.
He said, I'll love you till I die. She told him, you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on his wall. Went half crazy now and then.
And now they've got 3 generations in the show, Bobby and Gary, and we're very proud of that. And tell about your...
And you know what? Little Addison said, you all make sure you mention me when you're recording this. So Papa's got to talk about his little girl.
Oh, well, Addison, she's, of course, granddaughter, everybody talks a whole lot about their grandkids, but Addison, she does a good job, and she's not afraid. She just goes right on out there. A few years ago, she was awful shy, but nowadays, she just, on the stage, doesn't bother her a bit.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way on high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Of course, Jason, he always performs out there. He does a real good Jerry Reed. I think that's some of his best stuff, Jerry, the squirrel and this type of thing.
Who could that be? Who is it?
Yeah.
Woo! Give him a big hand.
Well, when I was a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down the Mississippi to visit my granny in her antebellum world.
Oh, we know who it is.
I
Give him a
run
big hand.
barefooted
Jerry
all day
Reed.
long, climbing trees, free as a song. One day, I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and punched a couple of holes in top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church.
He does a great job on it, but we all enjoy it.
Well, it is good that you've got the kids out there too. I mean, and Carly Kiefer, when she was so little and teeny out there, and
Yeah.
Excuse me while I throw my hat down. Now, would everyone please remove your hats as Carly is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So please put your hand over your heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wasn't that awesome? Now don't sit down. She ain't done yet. Are y'all ready for this? The singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bold stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
People might come to the show and think that we put it together in a month, 2 months at the most, getting it all ready to go on stage. And that's just, we work on it all year long. You know, the first meeting after our show in October, in November, new business, Hillbilly show. We start working on it the very next month for the next year. So it's, and as we're getting older, it takes us longer to do things too. And Agnes, now I'm not talking about you.
No, absolutely not, because I know my son played with us some too, he and his wife, in the Hillbilly show, and he plays everywhere. But anyway, I was the Blues Brothers, and Linda Bedsall, she was the other one. Well, no, I can't do what I did then, and I can't do a flip either. You know, my part's supposed to be a flip, but I can't do that. But my son said, Mama, you was moving your feet so fast, I don't know how in the world you ever got them going like that. But that's the way the one that I was portraying, that's what he did. And they're on a mission from God, so that's what me and Linda were doing. And we really had a great time doing that.
Well, talk about some of these acts that you've got here that we're going to show, Gary. What's this? This first one is the Jitterbug, when you and Bobby were doing the Jitterbug.
Yeah, that was up in what year that was? 09. It was a military show. We were at that time during the 40s, you know, the Jitterbug was a thing, and they had a scene of the soldiers and stuff sitting around, and Bobby and myself would come out and do the Jitterbug across there. And, it was a real good show. It was real good.
Yeah, the big sesquicentennial, and everybody was the USO show.
Yeah, USO, and it done real good, and I think that's all we done in that show. So.
Jean Testerman. Give her a big hand. there was this family of 5. There was Paul, Ma, John, Sue, and Paul. Paul went away to college, but first let me tell you, there was something different about this family. The 4 of them had crooked mouths. And Paul's mouth went like this, and Ma's mouth went like this, John's mouth went like this, and Sue's mouth went like this. And Paul had a straight mouth, and as I told you a minute ago, he went away to college. Well, the holidays had come, and they all sat around talking till it came bedtime. And so Paul went over to blow out the light. He went to blow out the candle, and he went, and he couldn't blow it out. And he said, Ma, come blow out this candle. I've tried and I can't. You try and see if you can. I said, well, I can. He says, I wish you would. So Ma went over to the candle and she went, Ma couldn't blow it out either. So she said, John, come blow out this candle. Paul's tried and he can't, and I have tried and I can't. You try and see if you can. He said, I can. And he said, I wish you would. So John went over to the candle and he went, John couldn't blow it out. He said, Sue, come blow out this candle. Paul tried and he can't, and Ma tried and she can't, and I have tried and I can't. Will you try and see if you can? She said, well, I can. Well, I wish you would. So Sue said, Sue couldn't blow it out. She said, Paul, come blow out this candle. Paul tried and he can't, Ma tried and she can't, John tried and he can't, and I have tried and I can't. You try and see if you can. Paul said, well, I can. And she said, well, I wish you would. He went over, and he blew out the candle, and they all said in unison, well, it's so nice to have some members. Since it's near election day, I want to do one more little thing for you. Wasn't on the program, but I want to tell you a little thing. I tell you something, said little Nell, if you're sure and certain, you will never tell. Well, then, said the little maid, my daddy's a great big man, and he's afraid. Not of tigers or bears or bumblebees. It's a something 1,000 times worse than these. And they say this thing has cloven feet. And Sue, what do you suppose it eats? Closer and closer grew each little maid, looking around half afraid that they'd see this thing with cloven feet and find that it liked little girls to eat. Excuse me. And they say this thing walks up and down in every village and country and town. And its name, it's so dreadful too. Does your daddy call it a Republican, Sue? Oh no, it can't be that. My daddy calls it a Democrat.
And we've also, in September, we always have the festival, and we have a Possum Queen contest. So she is really, really good, and she's our reigning queen again this year. So she'll be in the Hillbilly show, and she can really flatfoot.
Nancy Hall.
Nancy Hall, and she can talk too. So she can tell some pretty good.
Well, you've had, of course, every year. For how many years have you had the Possum Queen? When did you all start that?
We started that, I guess it's been about 20 years. It's been going around 20 years.
Hello, Facebook world. It's Hillbilly West, and we're here with the Possum Queen of Sparta, North Carolina, getting ready for the 24th annual Hillbilly Comedy and Variety Show, coming to you Saturday night.
Howdy, I'm just so happy, so glad to be here.
She is the two-time champion right here this year.
Woo!
The Possum Queen. She's
Bring it
excited, and we want everybody to come out to the Sparta School Auditorium, the Allegheny Community Auditorium, at 7 o'clock. Come on out. Tickets are $10 at the gate. Children 6 and under get in free. Come on out for a great night of fun and have a blast and have just a good old hillbilly country comedy time.
And come and support your Possum Queen. She loves y'all so much. Come and support her.
She's excited. She's been in the Joy Juice, so come on and see us.
I'm going to do a little flat footing with y'all.
Your feet's already flat. Oh, okay. Come see us.
Well, didn't someone say that you might go by Nancy's house at 12 o'clock of the night sometimes and she'd be out there dancing? Is that right?
On her front porch, she's got her jam box set up on her front porch, and she stops traffic.
So you've had some pretty famous people up there. Phoebe Brown was Possum Queen a few times. Phoebe would fool people into thinking she was 1,000 years old, and then she'd start dancing and people would just roar.
I guess you want to show them why you got Possum Queen, right? All right, you're on your own, right? I'll try my best. A one, now two, and away we go.
You cannot be the queen every year. You've got to stay out one year, then you try again. Phoebe did that for so many years. She was the queen 4 different times. Phoebe Brown, and she was so good. We really have a great time.
And oddly, sadly to say, I guess, we lost Phoebe in 2018.
How old was Phoebe?
She was going to be 99.
Oh, she would have been 99 in February.
I went and
She would have
visited
been
her.
99 in February. But she was faithful,
Yeah.
always.
I always like to see her dance.
Oh, she could dance.
Yes, she could.
She was one of the best flat-footers.
Yeah, you go walk through the Jubilee when she was there, she'd grab you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, she
Y'all
was.
visited more then, hadn't you?
The Rise and Shine Band. All right, sounding good.
I guess y'all was worth waiting on.
I like that fiddle.
Tonight I'm alone without you, but it seems there's a longing for you still. But I'll just keep it there so I won't be alone in our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on the window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. I hope you are happy tonight as you are, for in my heart there's longing for you still. But I'll just keep it there so I won't be alone in our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on the window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. Now when you have come to the end of the way and you find there's no more happiness for you, just let your thoughts run back once more, if you will, to our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on the window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. In our little cabin home on the hill.
All right, the Rise and Shine Band.
We are going to get back some of our most requested shows on the show this time.
You
And
gonna
one's
get-
Redneck Dolly. So that was really good. And I mean, all of them are good. I'm not saying no one is. But anyway, these are requested.
Redneck Dolly's.
Redneck Dolly.
Can you
and
describe that?
That's Jackie Maines.
Wow, Redneck Dolly.
Boy, how about that?
Woo! Give her a big hand. Give her a support bra.
He's my brother, and I'm so proud of him. Gary fixes his boobs.
And people are requesting that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the belly dancer. The belly dancer's coming back this year.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
So this is you're gonna get some of the old acts and bring them back.
She told me, said, you better not tell my name this time, but you got to come out and see her. She is wonderful.
Well, she's always in the show, but she does other dances besides the belly dance.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, she's good. I've never seen her do anything but what was good.
That's right. And the Red Hatters, of course, they're going to be the ones that's going to come in and make everybody welcome. So they're going to be our ushers again this year, and we're really glad to have them. And but these are really requested.
The Jubilee dancers.
Yeah,
That's a
they
fixture.
wasn't in it last year, and I've had so many people call me that want to know why that I didn't let them in the show. Well, really, I was trying to downsize a little bit, because it was going for a long time. And so I took out some that had been there every year. So I'm going to have to bring them back this time. And the little polka dot bikini, I think they're going to do it this time.
It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. An itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, so in the blanket she wanted to stay.
Do you have a theme for this year's show? Is it just going to be the 25th anniversary?
We do, but that's what it's going to be, is the 25th year,
Okay.
the celebration. And it's going to be a biggie. We're going to bring people that you wouldn't even think about going to be here. I can't tell you exactly right now who they are, but I'm getting a confirmation. But they're going to be a headliner just as soon as I get a confirmation. Frankie and Johnny, whenever, you can tell them about what happened with you and Frankie and Johnny, Bobby.
Well, I was hid behind a board. I mean, y'all, you can see was my pretty knee shaking.
You said you were the other woman in
Yeah,
Frankie.
I was the other
Okay.
woman, yeah. And
And
Jackie
And
Jackie
she couldn't
Linda.
get her gun, she couldn't
And
get
that
her
was
gun.
Linda, she couldn't get her gun to fire.
Right.
She didn't get me.
I ain't gonna tell you no stories. I ain't gonna tell you no lies. Johnny's with that girl. They call her Nellie Bly. If you're her man, I think he's doing you wrong. Now Frankie peeped over the transom, and there to her surprise, there on the bed lay Johnny with that gal Nellie Bly. He was Frankie's man, but he was doing her wrong. Now Frankie pulled back her kimono, pulled out a big 44. A rooter-toot-toot, that gal did shoot right through that bedroom door. She shot her man, 'cause he was doing her wrong. And now bring out the rubber-tired buggies, bring out the rubber-tired hat. She's taking her man to the graveyard and ain't never gonna bring him back. He was her man, but he did her wrong.
Can you imagine not having Bobby with us today? But I tell you, Linda tried to put her under.
Yeah, she tried, but
her gun wouldn't fire.
Well, y'all have filmed quite a few of these, right? I mean, how many did you figure finally that you'd shot?
I don't know. Let's see. I got what 09. When did Mike used to film them?
Oh, that's when we first started.
Yeah.
I started filming.
He filmed, my brother Mike, he filmed them on just VCR back for a long time, but I don't remember when he started.
And then
Before
Charlie did a lot
Mm-hmm.
of them. And who knows, they may go to Library of Congress when this goes.
They do.
Well, you know, we're trying to
Oh,
Go to prison or
we've
something.
got some records at Library of Congress, so.
Sure. Well, the Historical Society's trying to
Right.
take every CD and keep them and put them in the archive. I think it's
So-
a lot of history there and a lot of live performance of local music, like you say. No, you've not talked too much about the musicians. I mean, you've got the Rise and Shine Band. What other bands came that were over the years?
Oh, we've had, right now Lucas Paisley with Gap Civil. He's gonna be there all the time. And, of course, Rise and Shine is always the headliner for the bands, but we've had a lot of
Dr. Kahn and
bands.
Dr. Oliver and Lynn.
Dr. Oliver's band, yes.
Over more than 3 decades, we performed in various bands that were called the Drones. We first had a teacher from Glade Valley School named Roy Turrentine, and then we were joined by his friend Jeff Perdue from Wilkes County. Most recently, Drones need a queen bee, and we were fortunate to have Lynn Worth join and play with us as the Drones and the queen bee. We were lucky to be asked to play in almost every hee-haw or hillbilly show over the last few decades. This is the first time that I've been at this show without Keith Oliver next to me. We would play for any venue that offered us a free meal. And Agnes, is supper ready?
Drones, we're going to play a little old-time music for you. We're going to start off with Bonaparte Crossing the Rhine. Thank you so much.
And there's so many that I can't even name. But like I say, it's our traditional music. But the one girl that does the Patsy Cline now, she's really been requested to come back. I've got a lot of requests for that.
I've got your memory, or has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got your wallet that you left behind, and it's empty now because I've had a good
her a big hand. Woo!
How about Mr. Patsy Cline here?
Okay, and I've got a story to tell about Judy.
Okay.
Jackie was dressed up like Dolly, and he was in this little cubby downstairs, and he was trying to put his pantyhose on. Well, I just handed him to him, and I didn't really try to help him, but here comes Judy. And Judy went in, and she says, "Let me help you, honey." She didn't know it was Jackie. She was trying to help put pantyhose on. But they have a lot of fun down there in the dressing room.
Well, the rhythmic expressions, they're coming back this year, and that's a requested group too.
What's the rhythmic expressions?
That's the cloggers from here.
Boy, there's one little old, well, he's not a little old boy, but there's one boy, he can really clog. Boy, he can pick them feet up and go down that stage.
He's tall and he's skinny and he smiles the whole time. But I love to watch him dance.
Yeah.
One time Ernest dressed up like had a bag on his head and had holes in it and everything for his eyes. And he had on this big old coat. And there was, he had it completely full of jewelry on the inside. But this woman didn't know it, so they called her out on the stage to go see what was going on out there. And whenever she came out there, Ernest just done this and opened it up, and she passed out. Got on the stage. Scared her. Oh, but we do all kinds of things. People just love it, and you can just sit and laugh, or you can cry, and they even get up in the aisles and dance. And we just have a really good time with it. And I'm so thankful for everybody that comes out. And I'm getting older, so one of these days I'm going to have to give it up. But you've got young people coming on, and we want it to keep going because it's been going for years and years. Your daddy helped us an awful lot with the cabbage song.
Excuse me.
Everybody
Well,
knows
like
that
I say,
cabbage.
Daddy started when they first originated the Hee-Haw show. And my daddy passed away in January of 2002. So actually, he was unable, due to his health, to be in the 2001 show even, because it was late in the year, and that's when Dad got sick. But his last show that he performed in was the year 2000, and it is. I always think of Daddy at this time when we're working on it, and especially the night of the show.
Now, he came from a musical family himself, right? I mean,
Yes, he was, Dale Reeves was his baby brother, and so they spent a lot of time together when Dale would come in to do his benefit shows for the scholarship program for the high school. I got to spend a lot of time with them, and always had music at the house because Dale spent a lot of time, mainly because I cooked for him. He spent a lot of time with me, but yes, it's a very, very musically inclined family, and so it's just, and I have a little grandson that I'm hoping is going to carry on the bluegrass and the old time music. He's very interested in it and does a super job. But it's just and back then nobody took music lessons. It was just God-given talents.
We like to have children in it because they're going to have to carry this on.
Tremendous talent. We've got a young banjo picker, Mason Wagoner. Give him a big welcome.
Yeah.
We want our traditional music and our heritage to keep going after we're gone. And that's the only way we're going to do it, is through the young people.
Here we go.
That's it. One day a mother went to a prison to see an erring but precious son. She told the warden how much she loved him. It did not matter what he had done. She did not bring to him a parole or pardon plea. She brought no gold, no pomp, nor none to see. It was a halo rising down from heaven like the sweetest gift, a mother's smile. She left a smile you can remember. She's gone to heaven from heartache's grief. Those walls around you could never change her. You were her baby, and there will be. She did not bring to him a parole or pardon plea. She brought no gold, no pomp, nor none to see. It was a halo rising down from heaven like the sweetest gift, a mother's smile. Did not bring to him a parole or pardon plea. She brought no
I think too, another crowd pleaser, and I don't think that we should exit this interview without giving credit to our comedian, our current mayor, Wes Brenniger.
I was trying to avoid that.
Absolutely.
I was trying to not mention Wes at all. He's such a big part of that show. He gets people out of the audience. And
He does.
It's
and
hilarious.
they love it.
He peeped in the window. Oh, you done some peeping before. He peeped in the window and screamed out, "I'm gonna get you!" Daisy Mae screamed. She was frightened with despair upon her face. But along on the other hillside rode the mighty hero on his trusty steed.
Well, all right, let's run through it. Are we ready? The wind blows, the rain, an angry mob, and one lunatic. What's your name, sir? Kenneth. I got an uncle named Kenneth, but we don't claim him. You want to be my new uncle? All right, then. Kenneth. Huh? I ain't got no money, buddy. This is my show. You shut up.
They love it. So he is, he contributes a lot, I think, and people love him, and he adds a tremendous amount to the shows, I think.
I want you to look at that crowd out there. No, don't look at me, look at the crowd. For you to take home that lovely mom right there, you're going to have to give them the ugliest face that you can give them, right here.
Well, Wes is just a natural.
He sure
He
is.
is.
He sure is. He can just get up there and seem like it just comes out with no,
But
just
this-
comes to his mind.
Yeah, and he told me after he was elected mayor, some people didn't think that he should be in the Hillbilly show. What was he elected for? Was he not elected to come and help the people of the town and of the county? He is helping people. So we're just thankful that Wes thinks enough of us and of his community, which he is very, very proud of. And Bill and Sonia Joins, they've helped us out. Radio announcer, and Andy Wright, he's going to be with us this year. He was on our very first show as the MC, so he's coming back this year to be with Sonia and Bill and Wes. So we're trying to get it back where that people can remember what we did to begin with and thank the people that have helped all these years.
We're even going to try to talk somebody into learning and performing the Cabbage Head song.
Give a big welcome to the Rise and Shine Band,
Bring 'em
featuring
on.
Billy Dancy, Gary Joins, Charlie Edwards, and Ernest Joins.
And whoever else they may have picked up.
Now the first night that I came home, so drunk I couldn't see, I saw a horse standing in the place where my horse is supposed to be. Now come here, little wifey. explain this thing to me. What's that horse you're doing in the place my horse is supposed to be? This is what she said.
What'd she say?
Oh, you blind fool, you crazy fool, why can't you never see? It's only a milk cow your mother sent over to me. Well, I've traveled this whole world over about 1,000 times or more, but a saddle on a milk cow I ain't never seen before. Now the second night that I came home, so drunk I couldn't see, I saw a coat hanging on the rack where my coat's supposed to be. Come here, little wifey, explain this thing to me. What's that coat you're doing on the rack where my coat's supposed to be? This is what she said.
What'd she say?
Oh, you blind fool, you crazy fool, why can't you never see? It's only a bedspread your mother sent over to me. Well, I've traveled this whole world over about 1,000 times or more, but pockets on a bedspread I ain't never seen before. Now the third night that I came home, so drunk I couldn't see, I saw a head lying in the bed where my head's supposed to be. Come here, you old heifer, explain this thing to me. What's that head doing in the bed where my head's supposed to be? This is what she said. Oh, you blind fool, you crazy fool, why can't you never see? It's only a cabbage head your mother sent over to me. Well, I've traveled this whole world over about 1,000 times or more, but a mustache on a cabbage head I ain't never seen before.
He always, every year, that was, Daddy had to do the Cabbage Head song, and he was so good at doing it.
Blue eyes crying in the rain.
What kind of racket is that?
Racket?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what kind of racket?
I've never heard such bellering in all my born days. Just who are you?
You don't know who I am?
No.
I'm Willie Nelson.
You're Willie Nelson.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Nellie Wilson.
Well, I've never heard of you. Are we related?
I hope not. I've heard of Willie Nelson, but I heard Willie Nelson was dead.
I ain't dead. Where'd you hear such a thing as that?
Well, I heard that Willie Nelson got hit by a car. He was out playing on the road again.
Well, you look like a country singer. How many country singers would it take to change a light bulb?
Well, I don't know how many country singers it takes to change a light bulb. How many?
Well, take one to change the bulb and one to sing a song about all the good times they had under the old bulb.
Well, that's pretty good, Willie. Hey, I hear you play a trombone.
Oh, well, I used to, but I sort of let it slide now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to tell you a time travel joke, but you didn't like it.
Well, you look like a picker and a singer. You want to sing a song?
Well, sure. Let's do a song.
All right.
Kick one off there.
In the twilight glow, I see her.
Oh, give them a hand.
Blue.
You know, the Hillbilly show is about 99% of what the committee income is. So by saying that, you know, we really need the participation of the community to come in and, you know, support it, because it's all going to a good cause, and without them, it wouldn't be no good. But that's primarily our source of income.
That's another thing. You all will take donations anytime through the year. So we can.
take donations, and a lot of people sponsor us. We had, I think we had, 25 sponsors last year.
Yeah, or maybe more.
And it could have been more than that. But it's just getting bigger and bigger. They just want to help sponsor.
And we print our sponsor's name and everything on the program.
Put it-
We don't give amounts or anything like that, but
Between the
we,
sponsors, between the sponsors and the door take-in, that's about it. And normally when we give to the Blue Ridge and different things like that on people, see, they match it. How much do they match?
Blue Ridge Electric matches,
Dollar for dollar, they give
dollar
more
for
than-
dollar, whatever we do, yeah.
So if we give them
It-
$100, they give $100,
Uh-huh.
the participant gets $200. So that works
So
good.
we have a lot of people that's really behind us and helping us. And we appreciate you letting us come, and Charlie and ACTV.
And the Historical Society.
Yeah, the Historical Society. That was beautiful.
She doesn't even care about
give us a little recognition and help us.
I've been laughed at and called a hillbilly. I've been asked if I fight or if I feud, if I make or sell moonshine whiskey, towed a gun or own a pair of shoes. I've been asked if I've had any schooling, if I can write my name or count my toes. To these city folk, I'm just a country joke, but I know something they don't know. I'm living at the front door to heaven. One more step, I'll be inside the pearly gates. And I wouldn't trade my country acre for every city in the USA. I've been asked what I do for entertainment, and why do the streets roll up at night without clubs and bars and the big movie stars. They say we're 20 years behind the times. I've been asked why I live in these mountains. Don't I long for city lights or sandy shores? Well, I'm happy as can be, and when the Lord calls me, I'll just open up heaven's door. I'm living at the front door to heaven. One more step, I'll be inside the pearly gates. And I wouldn't trade my country acre for every city in the USA. For every city in the USA. Thank you. Thanks, Betty. Thank you. Thank you.
Allegheny Memories is a production of the Allegheny Historical Genealogical Society and is brought to you with support from Allegheny Opportunity Fund, a component fund of the North Carolina Community Foundation, and with the help of Allegheny Community Television. For more information on Allegheny Memories, the Allegheny Historical Museum, or Allegheny Historical Genealogical Society, please visit us online at ahgs.org.